Welcome, Flyers fans. You're listening to Chris Mayer, Flyers Fan Mania 93 on YouTube.
All right, so the first Olympic game here for me, the first time I've actually ever covered the Olympics here on YouTube on Flyers Fan Mania 93. And, Ivan Fedotov had a really good, solid Olympic debut. 33 save shutout for Fedotov, and he had a really, really strong game. So basically, from the start of this, my game actually didn't start until the 10.5 minute mark of the first, because the ski jump was on, the event was on before, and this game was at 3:50 a.m. On the 9th, so it was at 4 o'clock going into this morning, 4 o'clock this morning. So I obviously didn't watch it live or recorded it. But early on from that start, game had a lot of good pace, very physical game. Fedotov had a couple good plays playing the puck. He didn't really face many shots in the second half of the first period, but overall he had a really strong performance. And overall he had a nice, good save on the rush. That was his first save of the chance that I had, first save of the game that I had seen. The ROC did a really good job back checking. Swiss couldn't really get much going through the neutral zone. Felt like every time they did either turn the puck over, or Russia, like I said, was doing a good job on the back check to kind of break that down. But Russia, they would end up scoring with 2.7 seconds left. There was just a play from the goal line, and it deflected off the Swiss defenseman. And pretty tough goal there for Barra to give up. And the Swiss had some shots early. At the end of the first period, they had 9 on Fedotov, but overall he had a handful of good saves late in that first, and nothing crazy, just solid saves. And in the second period, it was all Russia in the first 5 minutes. Fedotov didn't really see anything. Then the Swiss get a power play, and that's when they started to get some momentum. Fedotov, had 2 really good saves on the right half wall in the power play. A snapshot and then a one-timer. Andrew Ghetto hit the crossbar for the Swiss. Vermeen had a chance where he came in tight, really good save by Fedotov with a pad. And then they also hit another post on the rebound. So they had 2 posts, a couple of good saves by Fedotov, almost tied it. The Swiss played better. Fedotov had a nice blocker save on a rush chance. One thing that he was really good at in this game was rebound control. It seemed like everything that went to him, if he was able to swallow it, he did. He was very sound in net. I mean, he's listed at 6'6", and he's very big in the net. So, like, if he's able to swallow up a chance, he's most likely going to, because of how big he is, and he was able to do that in this game. And a couple power plays here. Russia gets one. They had a couple good looks. 4-minute power play for the Swiss late in this period. In the second, Fedotov had a nice save in close on a pad on a one-timer. Then he stopped the point shot. Again, like I said, really good rebound control. He kept everything close to him. He didn't have to sprawl out or make anything. He was set up for just about every shot. And again, he didn't have to make any crazy saves because he's so big. It seems like he's in the position all the time anyway. So that second period ended really well for him. He had a lot of good saves, and early there in the third period, the Swiss had a power play that was left over from the second, and they couldn't really get much going, and then it was 4-on-4. And also an offsetting call, and then Russia started to get their chances. Gusev had a chance off the rush, really nice move. Barra kept the Swiss in this game because it felt like if Switzerland was going to get 1, they might have been able to get 2, then maybe 3. And that 4-minute power play was their biggest chance. But Fedotov was making some good saves. He was one of Russia's best penalty killers in this game, and he had a really good handful of good saves. Where he just wasn't. It wasn't anything crazy. It was just solid saves where he was holding on to the puck, wasn't giving up many rebounds, and overall they ended up. The Swiss had a handful of chances late. They had one that ended up hitting the post, and tight. I have no idea how that didn't go in. But overall, Barra kept them in it, and they just could not get one past Fedotov. And the ROC, Russian Olympic Committee, they would end up winning this game 1-0 in Fedotov's Olympic debut. I mean, the Flyers really have to sign this guy. Him and Noah Cates, the 2 representatives that are the Flyers own their rights to. They're both unsigned, and I would love for them to sign both. It would be a mistake to miss both of them, but Fedotov especially, because he's huge, and he could compete for an NHL spot next year if he wanted to as backup, depending on what route the Flyers go. And I could see him playing in the AHL as well. Like, he's that good. So overall, he had a really strong debut. And again, I know this is coming later, but again, the 4 o'clock in the morning, whole different thing. So again, thank you guys for watching. Remember to check out Butt Ends, SeatGeek, and Garrett Group Construction. I'll put a link to all of those in the description, and also the merch if you want to check that out as well. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you all again soon. And I will be back with a Flyers video tonight against the Red Wings, and also more Olympic coverage starting tomorrow morning. So again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you all again soon.